Okay, this is going to be your introduction to WordPress. Not sure if you're familiar with it or not. I believe you're not. I'm not going to do a complete 101. However, I'm going to meet you in the middle and kind of go over the basics and kind of get you started and how the whole back end works. Now, your site or sites are in general going to be a little bit different than the average WordPress site. You actually are using two sites within one. It's not one site, it's actually two sites. Okay, they both operate differently, they both do different things, they look different. And because of that, we had to use something that WordPress developed called multi-site. It's one login, but it allows you to work within both frameworks, both structures, one in Envision, one for Metro Cuisine. Okay, so let's get started. With that being said, the first thing is, how do you log in? Now right now, as we mentioned before, we are on a dev, a private setup, a private URL. So that you'll see this URL right here that I'm highlighting. That currently is where your site's at. Obviously in the future it's not going to be there. It's not going to have this 21617 whatever number. It's going to be Envision Productions or whatever, or metrocuisine.com, or whatever your URL is. The reason I'm mentioning this is for login purposes. When you log in, it's always going to be your URL, and right now it currently is this. And then / whoops, sorry about that, / WP-admin. So this part right here is what's important. Always WP-admin. That's always what it's going to be. Now, back to the point about this being a multi-site, two sites within one. And what I'm going to have to do is log in to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So for instance, you have one main login that's operating both. So once you have your credentials, we'll come right in here and you'll put in your username, you'll put in your password, and you'll go ahead and log in. Okay, now when you first log in on any computer for the first time, and what I mean is if you're at work and you log in for the first time at work, but then you go home, you log in on a completely different computer, every time you log into your backend for the first time on a new computer, you're going to get this whole section of content, text, boxes, pop-ups, all that kind of stuff. These things right here. Now, it's a little overwhelming. What does all this mean? In all reality, you don't need it. So I like to reduce this, and to do that, we come to Screen Options, which you'll see right here in the top right. Click that, and simply uncheck what you don't want. I am simple. Simple is key for me. I uncheck everything. All I have is this one box. See you later. Now, that's per computer, so if you're at work, once you do it, that's that. But if you go on another computer, you're going to have to do it again, and so forth and so forth. Alright, so now I kind of want to circle back to what I was saying before about the login, the URL, and WP-admin. Since we are using what's called multi-site, you're going to see on the left this main toolbar, and what you'll see is dashboard. Yours may be closed, I'm not sure. If it's open or closed, click it, it'll open it. You'll see home, which is where we are now. Then you'll see my sites. And that's key right now, is because your two sites obviously are Metro and Envision. Ignore this top one. This basically, when we build WordPress and we use multi-site feature, you have to give it a name. You have to give it a master. Envision's the master. Do not, whatever you do, don't work or edit in this. It's meaningless. You could break things and you just don't want to worry about it. What we are concerned with is this one and this one. And so if we want to edit, let's say Metro Cuisine, we want to click Dashboard. Alright? Now it looks like nothing happened. It looks like the exact same thing we're just looking at. But if you look up here in the address bar, kind of what I was alluding to before, you'll see the URL string has changed. You'll see that now Metro is here right now. See this where it says Metro? Then WP-admin. I know right now this might be a little confusing, but what I'm trying to point out is when you go to log in, you can actually type out, and I'll give you an example, you can actually type out this admin and log in directly this way, meaning this is just a rough example. Let's say your site is Envision. I know it's not .com, but let's just say it's .com. You could do that / Metro / WP-admin and log directly in. That's the point that I'm getting to right now. So now that we're in the dashboard of Metro, we know that because of this. And I know this is probably stuff you don't have to know or it's not necessary, but I just want to kind of explain the login process and how it works. So if I go back home, my sites, now what I'm seeing is the dashboard to edit each individual site. So if I click dashboard for Envision, you'll see now I'm right here, I'm in the Envision section. More than likely, you'll never have to worry about it again, but I have to get that out of the way so we're on the same page, we know what's going on. Let's go back to my sites. And what I want to do is go into Dashboard of Metro, and once I'm in Dashboard of Metro or Envision, I can use these toolbars to actually make, change, update my site. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for this particular tutorial. I try not to surpass anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes because it's just too much information. So we'll stop here and I'll move on to the next section.